A slight jolt pushes you forward, then back again, as your ship comes out of light speed. Peering through your ship's vac screen, instead of windscreen, it's a vac screen, you see the entrance of Hangar 12 as you taxi slowly in its direction. Though this is your respective hangar bay, it is only one of many that see many passengers come and go. You are returning from one of your many voyages to a grand vessel known as the Mach Anthem, a retired military cruiser that now serves as a place of work, trade, transport, repairs and maintenance, lodging, a safe haven for refugees, and even as a vacation spot for some. The Mach Anthem is manned and piloted by former Fleet Admiral Commodus Sauveterre, a tall, lean basilisk that is the same race as Dexter from Episode 2. He is fair to his passengers, but is not free. On his vessel, you either contribute, pay your way, or are cast out. Many of the long-term passengers are workers on the ship, serving as security, maintenance, medical staff, traders and merchants, and a variety of other jobs and professions. There are also those who venture out into the rest of the galaxy doing jobs that take them outside of Sauveterre's vessel, known as Anthems. You serve as two of many Anthems that use this ship as a home base and venture out into the galaxy for various jobs and missions. It has been 9 months since you signed the Anthem Pact. In that time, you've garnered quite the reputation for the jobs you've pulled, ranging from personal escorts to warfront operations. The galaxy is a dangerous place, and serving as an Anthem is a hard life, even if you succeed. But you and your crew have proven your mettle and are among the most respected of the Anthem elite. Looking down at your transponder, you hear a familiar ping as flight control is beginning the standard docking procedures. Through your comlink, you hear a slightly muffled voice say, "Vital Krayt, this is flight control. Please transmit landing codes."
Oh, I don't have the security passcodes.
You don't have the security passcodes?
Back home on my tablet.
Security entry code Talon 805714.
There's a brief pause before you hear through the comm system, "Code checks out. Good to have you back, Anthem 9. As you hear that, Ghost, you remember you have received the designation of Anthem 9. Your partner, Bango Shett, meanwhile, received the title Anthem 5. As the ship begins to land, Bango letting out a whale, you both make your way down to the main space below deck. There you begin to be greeted by the rest of your crew. First, there is Old Walkie and his 3 sons, a small Ewok troop who serve as maintenance and defensive operations on the Vital Krayt, which is the name of your ship. Old Walkie is being tended by C-340, your medic droid that also serves as your interpreter and as the ship's cook. Old Walkie seems to have a black, almost charred burn on his hand, possibly from a soldering accident. Does old Walkie have anything to say about that?
Oh!
That's a Ewok of short words. Very few words.
Very well. Next, you guys will like this one. Next, there is Moose, a fairly hefty Jawa, whom you encountered once on Tatooine. He is currently reinforcing the ship's frame with an arc welder. Almost immediately after that, you hear a crashing noise from up above as two pit crew droids known as DUME and DUMF, or Dumb E and Dumb F, fall from the ceiling. They seem to be having a bit of a tizzy after accidentally falling through the air vent. It doesn't last long though, because Moose, hearing the commotion, pauses what he's doing, grabs the two droids simultaneously. Dumb E kicks Dumb F below the belt one time before Moose bumps their noses against each other, temporarily compressing them. Because, you know, that's... you hit the nose. Moose then quietly goes back to his work. Looking back on the time you found him, Moose and his pit crew droids had amazing skills in tech crafting and repairs. This made their skills invaluable in the time ahead. Next up, no crew would be complete without an astromech droid. By the ship's terminal, you see K3D3, as his system socket is connected to help land the ship. You know, the little thing that those droids have? Yeah. No one knows the ship's components and workings better than him. And there have been many missions where his skills took him outside the ship, in the vacuum of space, to make crucial repairs. Next up, sitting in a circular couch are Ada,
The Felucians!
and Maya,
The pollution, that's right.
two Twi'lek women you found on Felucia, hence why you call them Felucians. Along with a variety of other skills, each serves as the ship's coordinator and operator, respectively. In terms of what their personal relationships are to the two of you, well, that's for you to decide. Currently, they are viewing K3's hologram projection of Hangar 12, as the image portrays the ship landing from the outside. Last, but certainly not least, you hear the whirring of his servos and the slight clanking of his metallic feet as he begins to approach. Aside from the two of you, he serves as the crew's muscle and provides protection and combat prowess when the need arises. In fact, there were several missions where you brought him along to fight at your side, or alternatively, offer additional insight or intimidation if need be. You both turn to see none other than your personal guardian and combat droid, HK-91. Following standard protocol, HK-91 approaches the scene, pauses for a brief second, and says, "Captain and Executive Officer on deck."
Remind me again what our current mission is. I know we just arrived at this hangar.
Yes, and I'm glad you asked that, because I was going to allow you to decide what kind of mission you're returning from.
Oh, we're returning. Okay.
Yes, you have just completed a mission.
Congratulations, crew of the Vital Krayt, for completing our mission successfully on our trade on Corellia, traveling and selling all of the Bacta fluid that we were supposed to get rid of so quick.
We could have easily sold that for a profit.
Now. When we get paid, our crew gets paid. Hopefully, they will pay us well and we'll make good profit. But for now, we do what we're told.
For now. Okay, so we just finished that mission. Getting ready to back to fluid.
Bacta. Is the Bacta still on your ship?
We are about to unload it now that we're in the hangar.
Mm-hmm.
Old Walkie, have you and your sons unload all the Bacta fluid so we can get them ready for transport to our cellar. Meanwhile, Mose, you and the Class 2 droids need to tend to the ship. Make sure we have enough fuel that'll last for our next adventure.
Sure.
HK, power down until we need you.
So with that, he slowly makes his way back into his quarters. C-340 has completed wrapping Old Walkie's hand. And, we see Old Walkie kind of looking at the bandage, kind of making sure his digits work. Do they work? Alright.
I think he's counting to 5.
You see Ada, the blue Twi'lek, who is the slightly taller of the two, as she kind of strolls toward you and teasingly / flirtingly says, "Too bad we couldn't keep any of that blue fluid for ourselves."
Just you wait. Soon we'll be able to afford all the blue fluid you desire.
Good. Can't wait to take a bath.
Prove it.
Roll for persuasion.
Okay. I gotta find my stats here. There they are. 16.
16. So she kind of looks like this and goes, "Well, I didn't really want to do this in front of everyone, but you see as she kind of lowers part of her shirt, exposing more of her. You don't see the finger pointers, but there's a definite line, like there's a line of there's like a line of dirt from her what was already exposed skin to her now exposed skin, which is much cleaner, if that makes sense.
You telling me this chick has a fucking skin mark on her titties?
She has dirt.
It did dirty.
Somebody wiped their ass on her?
You guys go a lot of places. There's places with dust storms, there's places with chemical spills, even the vacuum of space has particles floating around. It could be a mix of a lot of things.
I can't help but notice you're a dirty girl.
Not as dirty as that one, pointing to Maya, who's still sitting in the circular couch, kind of sipping on we'll say a glass of blue milk, and she just goes... and just goes back to drinking.
What?
Alright.
K3, he, using his terminal socket, he begins to lower the ramp of the Vital Krayt. You hear kind of the footsteps down below you as several what sound like dock workers are making their way in the direction of your ship.
Alright.
The first you see is quite a large fellow. He's what's known as a weak way. you've probably seen him a time or two, but since you guys have different occupations, your interactions with him have been at a minimum. But regardless, he is a technician on Hangar 12, known as Core. That's the only name you've ever heard him use or be referred to by others as.
His name is Core?
Yep, Kor. What you see him carrying most of the time is a... Actually, roll me a perception check, both of you. Oh, wisdom mod, right.
16.
Okay.
1.
One? Natural 1?
Yeah.
Wait, a critical fail?
I'm not gonna roll like that anymore.
Okay.
As in, I'm not gonna roll using that hand technique.
Wait, was it with a modifier or was it a critical fail?
Well, technically it's not a critical fail, because I think critical fails only apply in combat. However, I think his wisdom is a 10. So that might actually be just a plain old 1.
Did he just roll a 1?
He rolled a 1. His
You
wisdom
stupid!
his wisdom mod is 0. His
Open your
perception
eyes!
his perception is plus 0. So bango, buddy. You've been in space a lot. You've been exposed a lot more to solar radiation. Your vision it's not permanently damaged, but it's like being frozen in carbonite. You're still trying to regain focus, which is causing you to kind of squint a little bit.
I can't see nothing.
So, what you see him carrying is pretty much just a blur. But as for the rest of you, mainly Ghostte, you see he carries a array of several different tools, along with a particular case of sorts. It seems to be a very somewhat beat up, but rather very reinforced Camtono. You see a picture of it?
Yep.
Yep.
It's just a bucket. But it holds credits, right?
It can hold anything valuable.
Okay. Yeah, you choose to hold valuable things. Got it.
But yeah, it seems to be a fairly reinforced Camtono. And you notice the few times you've seen him, he seems to carry it with him everywhere he goes. With that, he gives you he sees the two of you, gives you a little nod and says, "Well, I take it you had a successful mission?"
We succeeded.
It went.
Good. Yes, we'll find a lot of use for this Bacta. I'm glad you're able to bring it back safe and sound.
Let's talk about payment.
Huh, well, I'm not really the person to talk about that to. I'm just here to make sure your cargo gets unloaded successfully and to make any necessary repairs that you would allow my crew and myself to do.
Understood. Now, who can lead us the way of our seller? Or our buyer?
No, it shouldn't. Of course, sir. As per usual, the payments... The fees are deducted from your payment, but you should already know this. I mean, you've been doing this for 9 months. Regardless, we're getting off topic. I'm glad to see you all made it back in one piece. And I will, of course, schedule a full review with you, the pilot, as well as your technicians to make sure you sign off and agree with any modifications that we make. Don't you guys have an informant? What's his name? One of you roll a history check, or both of you. It's up to you.
D20?
Yep.
Where's my toys?
Where's the paper towels? They're over here. Ouch.
I don't have a history stat.
Really?
I don't think I do either.
Oh, it must be lore then.
Yeah, I have lore.
Makes sense.
In that case, I got 17.
17? Okay, so you would know Ghost. What did you roll?
13.
13? So this was a fairly low challenge. You both remember that the person you've been most in contact with and has been distributing your jobs more than anyone, if there is anyone else, is a Nautolan, which is the same race as Kit Fisto, known as Blaze Nanato.
Blaze.
He can mostly be found in any of the miscellaneous cantinas throughout the Mach Anthem, as they seem to be his favorite places to do business.
Who can lead us to Blaze?
Well, let me see. One moment. He pulls out the data pad on his wrist, begins typing on it, until you guys see a little hologram pop up of your old pal Blaze. And he looks to Chorus and he says, "Something wrong, Cor? Don't tell me another ship blew up again." Cor says, No, everything's fine. I'm just contacting you for some old friends of yours."
I grabbed the hologram.
You grab the hologram from, I assume, kind of pulling Cor's arm towards you.
Yeah.
And
I grab his arm and I pull his arm to where the hologram is facing me.
Blaze sees who you are, and he just goes, "Ah! Ha ha! Well, looks like you made it back."
I say, "Hello, old friend. Yes, we made it back safely. Now, can we meet?"
"Oh, sure, yes, but, see, I'm a little busy right now. I'm in the middle of a pretty high-stakes game here. You kind of hear as, he rolls some dice, and there's a mixture in the background of cheers and also disappointment, as he seems to be in the middle of a game of sorts. But either way, it seems to be going his way as he goes, "Ah, yes! I'm going to be using the slot machines tonight. But hey, business before pleasure."
Perfect. I love games. We'll head that way soon. Where might we find you?
He takes his own data pad, and he seems to grab something from it, and he kind of makes a tossing gesture, and it actually ends up on, we'll say, yours. You see kind of the name of the place, as well as the coordinates on the ship to get there, which level it's on, etc.
Okay. Where are the coordinates?
Looks like it's level 28th district. Let's move.
What is that?
I don't know what that is. I'm not from here.
Well, basically, the ship or your data pad will provide directions on how to get there. You just type it in and follow it.
I use GPS.
So you guys have some options. Oh, I almost forgot. After he throws that signal to you, and he says, "Catch you in a bit," the transmission ends. Core kind of just gives a, okay. And then he says, "Well, you have your jobs to do and I have mine, so if you don't mind, I'll get to it."
No, not so fast. You see, we haven't received payment, so therefore you're not receiving anything from us. We'll go have a talk with Blaze ourselves. We'll receive payment, and then we'll happily bring back the Bacta fluid that he ordered.
But isn't the Bacta on your ship?
And it's staying on our ship until we get paid.
Roll for intimidation.
Motherfucker.
That counts.
Cole?
Yes.
Give me a second, let me get some light here.
Oh boy. What is that? A natural 20?
Yeah.
Oh boy. So,
Nice.
kind of taken off guard from this. Core, he almost jumps back and kind of has a worried look on his face as he says, whoa, okay, easy. I don't get you're right, that's how it works. I don't get paid until you do, and believe me, I wouldn't go anywhere near that HK droid. Sorry, I didn't mean to overstep my bounds.
No. We're just doing our job here. Thank you for understanding. And I finally let go of his arm.
Oh yeah, you've been holding it the whole time. Right.
And it's at this point I start like dusting off his shoulders and like patting him down.
Oh, okay. So, are we friends again? At least, cooperative, acquaintances?
I say, actually I just kind of like laugh and smile. And then I turn around and head back onto the ship.
So, as this encounter took place, there seemed to be quite the array of bystanders, just other dock workers in the background of different races and sizes. They kind of watched this take place, and they're kind of just like that. And Core sees them all and he goes, all right, party's over, break it up.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Get back to work.
So, the two of you are heading to discuss negotiations with Blaze.
We're on. We just got off the Mach Anthem.
No, you're on the Mach Anthem. You got off of your ship, the Vital Krayt.
So the Mach Anthem is just giant ship.
Yes.
That our ship flies into.
Yes.
The Mach Anthem is where?
In space.
We're in space. Okay, see, I thought we were landing on a planet. for some
No.
reason.
No, we're in space. So, the Mach Anthem, it used to be a military base in space. And now it's being used for multiple things, including trade goods, residency, all sorts of shit. And so we were just stopping by to sell what we were told to find. And we were expected to receive our payment for employment, really. But our buyer, or is he our boss technically?
So
Or is he just a buyer?
he's not necessarily your boss. He's more or less the job distributor. Kind of like Grief Karga in The Mandalorian.
So Chris, we're trying to sell to this contractor.
Gotcha.
And he wasn't at the location. Instead, he was off somewhere else gambling. So now
Right, no, I get
we
it.
got to go find him, so we can receive our payment. Because our rule is, between you and me, our rule is we don't drop off the product till we get paid.
Makes sense. Common.
So right now, this is our Bacta fluid.
good, because you and Miss Thing need a bath.
Mm-hmm.
So, your ship, the Vital Krayt, your crew stays behind to make sure there's no funny business while you're gone. Meanwhile, you head deeper into the Mach Anthem to do business with Blaze.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he's still on the Mach Anthem. I thought he was on a different planet.
No, yeah, he is on the ship. He's just in a, because this is a very big ship, so
That makes more sense. Okay.
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 I mean, the ship is basically a big floating city in space, so there's a lot of places someone can be.
Okay, before we head off, I say, HK, report.
Initiating activation sequence.
HK, stay here and take guard. Nobody touches this ship or the Bacta fluid until we get back.
Acknowledged, sir. No one will lay a hand on our product.
HK is in charge.
Alright, so you placing HK in charge of the ship, and telling him to make sure there's no funny business while you're gone. You begin to hear as he, kind of in the background, as he begins to more fully activate and initiate, standard
It starts
security.
blasting.
Hey.
So I start blasting.
Alright, so leaving this hangar, you come to a set of elevators. We'll say you take the one in the middle. There's a lot of levels, ranging from sub-level 12, which is basically negative 12, all the way up to 55. Does that sound good to you, Stoopy Whoopy?
Yeah, they're...
Okay. Meeting somewhere in the middle, you see as... So, this elevator is kind of windowed, so it's not just a box. So you can actually see, as you're going up, the different levels, as well as the overall atmosphere, even out into space, several ships coming and going, or some just kind of patrolling around the perimeter.
It's a big old damn ship.
Oh yeah, it's a big ship. But
It's like a fleet.
you even see the different districts of the ship itself. Eventually making your way to level 20. Assuming you exit the elevator. You see this almost grand... It's almost like a strip mall. Like just kind of a big straight hallway with various shops, hotels, stands. And there's a lot of people in this ship too. Some of them merchants, some of them security, some even military. There's also a fair amount of, shall we say, beggars or refugees kind of trying to make their way around. We'll say eventually, unless there's something you wanted to do before reaching it. Is there?
Nothing comes to mind.
No,
Okay.
not really.
Alright, so eventually you make your way to the 8th district.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot more neon, shall we say, neon lighting in this part of the ship, or this part of the level. And there's a fair amount of, in the background, kind of a techno-esque / party music. Pretty much that. And and you kind of hear the dinging of the slot machine, ding 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 ding, and then various Yeah, there are definitely aliens. Aliens with money at that. So eventually you make your way into... Well, actually, before that, at the entrance you see... Keith, give me a Star Wars race.
Oh, you don't want... I almost said Gungan.
You can say Gungan.
Gungan!
Alright. Standing at the entrance with what looks like a pike-esque weapon and fairly heavy armor. You can tell that this, what appears to be Gungan, is serving as the bouncer for this establishment.
Oh God.
As you walk up to him, he kind of gives you a glare before he says, "You got business in the cantina."
As a matter of fact, we do.
Blaze is expecting us.
Kind of looks over his shoulder, and you see as he rolls another set of dice, kind of in anticipation, and then sees the number, he goes, "Yeah!" And all his friends go, "Yeah!" And all the people on the other side of the table go, "Oh!"
Yeah.
Looks back to you. He looks back to you and he just goes, "Bombard." In other words, he is granting you entrance.
Okay. We make our way in.
Alright, making your way in, the music becoming audibly louder and less muffled. Oh boy. So, you can see on the other end of the table Blaze's opponent, pretty much out of money at this point. He's just like, "Alright boys, just pack it up, we're done here." And at this, his data pad also gets a ping as a hologram comes up, and he goes, "Yeah, no, I didn't win. I know, it was meant to be a sure win, I know. I messed up, okay? Right, I'll get you your money. Alright. 2 weeks at most." The conversation kind of continuing, because apparently he lost a client's big amount of money. But regardless, that's not why you're there.
He's gonna die.
So, as Blaze is raking in the dough, he looks to you guys and says, "Come on in. You got here at a good time."
Seems like you're having a rough night, Blaze.
Rough night? You see all these credits? Like, I couldn't spend all these in a week. Not that I want to.
I have an idea what you could do with some of it right here at the moment.
Oh?
The whole reason why we're here.
Oh, right, yes. Waiter droid. You know those waiter droids on wheels?
Yeah.
Like from the
Episode 2, yeah.
Okay, yep.
Waiter droid, get us a table. She just says, "Aye, sir." Kind of whirring past and going to a table and scrubbing it up. A few other tenants and droids placing chairs down. Eventually the place is ready. And as she passes you guys again, she says, "You want a cup of Jawa juice?"
I beg your pardon. I kind of just wave my hand.
Okay.
Just.
Kind of not saying anything, she kind of looks to the path ahead of her that she was going and just continues. Alright, boys, now that the pleasure is done with, let's talk business.
I kind of lean forward and I say, we have 8 tanks full of Bacta fluid back on our ship, ready for your trade.
8 crates, huh? Well, the job was for you to bring back 9, so you're 1 short. I'm gonna have to cut your pay a little bit. I know that's not what you want to hear, but I have rules I gotta follow too.
You have rules, we have priorities. We don't have to sell you these. If you can't pay the convenience fee, which will even out the price, we walk. And I look at Bango, just kind of seeking his approval.
No!
You heard the man.
Roll for persuasion, Ghost, with advantage.
He's got to throw in that convenience fee because we had to come find him. 16.
Alright, is there a d20 nearby? I'm gonna have him make a charisma saving throw. Oh, well, he failed miserably. Whoa, okay, alright. You drive a hard bargain, but, if you don't give us the product, I don't get paid.
How much were you gonna pay us?
Huh?
How much were you gonna pay us for 8?
I'm gonna look to see if there's actually an actual
Damn,
price.
that toe. Chris has a freakishly long big toe.
What?
Chris has a freakishly long big toe.
I don't think that's his big toe.
Oh, it's just a penis? It's yours!
I got something, dude. That wasn't mine.
That's Colson's toe.
The negotiated price was 336 credits per tank.
Oh, damn.
So looking at a total of 2688, and that's of course before the maintenance fees that you allowed Core to receive upon doing any necessary repairs. Well, you're not losing out too much, only about a little over 100 credits, so you'll get 25.55.
You seem to be forgetting our convenience fee. We came in, we found you. I say you waive the maintenance fee.
Well, the maintenance fee's not for me, it's for Core.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Then Core will die. I can't help you there. I can't help you there, pal. You're gonna have to discuss that with him.
Well, then you'll be paying the maintenance fee.
I will be. Roll for persuasion.
That's an awfully lot amount of credits you have there.
Oh, I can't spend this all in one night. You're not going to. Sounds like you got plenty of credits.
16 for persuasion.
Well, I guess I have a few to spare, and this was a rather expensive job. You know what? You're right. Tell you what. Payments on the house.
So we received 2688.
We got paid.
Alright, so we head back And I assume everything's okay when we head back. No chaos going on. Do we still have a ship?
Yeah, so the ship is going through standard repairs. Your crew are out and about making sure there's no funny business. Since you've gotten paid...
Now we get laid.
That reminds me. So Core, you kind of see as he's got his welding hood over and he's, doing some welding jobs, reinforcing the frame. He kind of sees you approaching, and he flips up the hood and he goes, "Oh, good, you're back. Did you get your money?"
We got what we came for. Hold on, I gotta look up names. Old Walkie. Continue with unloading the merchandise.
So Old Walkie summons his 3 sons, and just for the heck of it, we'll say Moose is also in tow.
Moose.
Moose. We'll say a dock worker who's inside the ship doing repairs kind of walks cautiously past the vault door, and he kind of looks over at HK, who's just kind of motionless, standing guard. Doesn't really move. The dock worker looks a little closer, kind of like, is he even turned on? And it's at that point that HK just goes... With that, the dock worker just goes... He just goes about his way. Because HK droids are very dangerous. They are not to be trifled with. But regardless, HK allows Old Walkie and his troop to get past the door. And eventually, them, and with the help of some of the dock workers, begin to slowly unload the tanks of Bacta.
Alright.
Thus completing this job.
Yay!
So, Ghost. It's at this point that everyone starts to clear off except for your main crew. We'll say that the ramp begins to close back up, giving you guys some more privacy. And Ada, the blue Felucian, walks up to you again, Ghost. Walks up to you again, Ghost, and says, "Well, boss, did you save enough for the rest of us?"
I couldn't have done the job without my crew. Your payment has been sent to each of you. 98 credits. C340. Will you please aid Ada in her cleanliness?
If she were fat, she'd be ate a lot.
We do have a protocol droid that could definitely help her with that. He's got to have something.
Right away, sir. I shall assist her in her hygiene maintenance.
Much appreciated.
Come along, Twi'lek.
Don't touch her.
But I thought you wanted me to clean her.
I said give her the tools for cleaning. Don't touch the Twi'lek.
Don't touch the toilet.
He just says, but sir, we don't have any soap.
Take what you need and go buy some soap.
Sent this droid on a mission to go buy soap.
But I'm a droid, sir. You don't pay me.
If I recall, you're a protocol droid. You do what we say.
But I don't have any money.
Well, if I recall as well, this ship could always use some spare parts.
That's it. Kill the droid. No.
What?
So either you go find soap, or we use your parts for the better of the ship.
Roll for intimidation.
I didn't expect to be this guy's enemy, but holy shit, man, just go get the soap.
He doesn't have any money.
Come on, Keith. No.
19.
Oh, well, right away, sir, but I don't know how I'll find some with no money.
Go find the soap!
Okay, I'm going.
I actually love that we're sending it on a mission to go get soap, but he doesn't have any money.
Say that again.
I'll give him some of my own.
Say what you said again.
Take the fun out of it, Chris.
Huh?
You're gonna take the fun out of it.
Well...
I want the next scene to be this droid rushing back to the ship while this army is chasing him for thievery of soap. And then we have to just hightail it out of here.
I retract anything I've said so far.
Okay then. Right. I'm going. I'm going. I don't know how I'm going to. As the ramp is slowly lowering and he starts to. You just hear him muttering as he says, "I don't know how I'm going to get this without any money, but I suppose I'll have to find a way."
This poor damn droid, I feel horrible.
Yeah. Sometimes my character can be a dick.
Well, I ain't know why.
I'm neutral dark.
I don't know about the neutral part. But I mean,
Well, that's subject to change. As of right now, I'm neutral dark.
Gotcha.
It's at this point that the red Twi'lek, who has yet to speak up until now, says, "I hope he finds his way back. None of the rest of us are exactly doctors."
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea, Ghost.
No, we have time for a little bit of entertainment.
That's it. That's all. And I
If you're really worried about it, you go find him.
Ada once again just says, I just want to get clean.
We'll work on it. You go wait in the truck.
Get in the truck. I'll go help the dock boys scrub the deck. Might as well. I'm already dirty.
Yuck.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
So now are we just waiting on this droid?
Yeah.
We can fast forward a little bit.
Roll a d4, Keith.
D for what?
7.
7?
I actually got a 4.
Oh boy.
4 days.
4 hours.
Oh, I was like, we waited 4 days?
4 hours later. C340 does a very gentle at the ship's entrance.
I opened the door.
I'm back, sir. You would not believe what I had to go through to get this.
Did you get the soap?
Is there something wrong with your vision? It's right here.
Yes.
My eyes were closed.
That's not the right flavor.
But I don't think you eat soap, sir.
Oh, yeah.
What scent is it?
I'm sure it smells lovely, however, I have no scent receptors.
What?
I'm not asking you to smell it. I'm asking you to tell me what scent it is.
Oh boy. I shall read you the description, sir. We have Dantooine lavender. we have we have Alderon Spice. The third here is, let me see. Ooh. Coruscant Cinnamon.
Oh no, Coruscant Cinnamon, we can't do that.
What do you mean?
Ada's allergic to Coruscant Cinnamon. Everybody knows that.
But they had this on sale.
Do you want her to die just so you can save a pretty penny?
No, absolutely not. I'm a medical droid. That is absolutely out of the question.
Then I suggest you go back and get different soap. I'm just kidding. I pat the droid on the shoulder and I take the soap. I said, "Thank you. You did great."
Oh, well, I am certainly happy to please you, sir. Although I must say, shopping is not my specialty.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you receive or retrieve such merchandise?
So, as he was turning to go, and that's when you ask him that, he kind of turns to you. Like, he was facing this way, and he kind of turns to you. He's kind of silent for a moment before he just goes, I found them. And then he just starts taking off.
All right.
I'll take it.
No more questions here.
You now have 3 bars of soap labeled as such.
I'm going to put that in my equipment.
Okay.
You can have it.
3 bars of soap.
So, as if on cue, the ramp opens again, and you hear kind of a almost thudding footsteps. Slow yet thudding, as if very fatigued and dragging of feet. Ada comes back in, not only covered in dust, but it's just... the soot on her skin is just outright black. Like, you know how when you get grease on your hands and whatnot? From working on machinery?
No, he don't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, point is, she's even dirtier than before after helping the dock workers. And the ramp closes, and she just looks at you like, please tell me you got some Dantooine lavender in there.
We do have Dantooine lavender.
Oh, good. I'll go fill up the tub now. she just heads that way.
I'm going.
All right. So kind of.
As I get up from my chair, I pat Bango on the shoulder and I say, "Keep watch for me."
Don't touch me.
Fine. Wait, what are you going to do?
I feel like taking a bath.
Fine.
You walk in. She gives you a knowing look. And y'all take a bath.
I stab her.
What?
I'm just kidding.
So, long story short, y'all enjoy a lovely bath together.
Pretty good order and spice.
Man, you're filthy.
All right, so we'll fast forward a bit. We'll say to the next day.
I
Galactic
can't last
day.
that long.
Oh my gosh.
It's at this point where it would more or less be morning. Repairs have been done. Payments have been made.
Baths have been taken.
Paths have been taken.
No, bats. Not
Oh, baths have been taken. The next day, as I said, jobs have been done, money has been made, baths have been taken, boobs have been felt. You said it.
I didn't say that.
where you started it.
No.
It's at this point that you hear a kind of a pinging sound from the ship's terminal.
Hey!
As if someone is trying to establish contact.
Could be a spam call.
We're trying to reach you, but your card is in warranty.
I answer it.
You answer, and you see the familiar face of Blaze as he says, "Ah, Ghost! Good to see you. Even though it's only been less than a day." Anyways.
Couldn't get enough of us, could you, Blaze?
Not only me, but other clients. Anyways, I have some news that you might want to hear.
Good news or bad?
Well, depending on how you take it, but for you anyways, good. Because it's another opportunity for you to make some more credits.
How much we talking?
Big bucks, big bucks. Much more than the last job you made. But I can't say it on here. Let's say we meet back up again to discuss the new job.
Where may I find you this time?
How about this? Since you went through the trouble to find me, why don't I come to you?
Well, we're still in the same place we have been for these last 2 days. We're docked in your bay.
Great, great. I'll be in hangar 12 in, let's say, 90 minutes.
See you then.
He nods as the transmission ends. So you guys kind of begin to gather your bearings and collect your thoughts. Whatever have you during this time. Eventually you hear the ramp begin to lower. The loud, confident footsteps of Blaze as he walks up it. Standing upon the threshold, the ramp slowly begins to shut again as he makes his way to discuss your guys' next assignment.
It's not a game. Into the dark, into the white.
Anything at all? Hey, I hear it. Do you hear it?
I just hear you, Colson.
Well, we hear it on our end.